All right, and we are live. Welcome to the inaugural UTK Volan 2025. I am your host, Cross, or hosted, and alongside of me is...
Brispy here on the commentary. If you watched previously, we did commentate a friendlies event. This is a lot higher stakes, though. The LAN event of this university. There's colleges from all over. Clemson, Georgia, I think Kennesaw State. There's some other colleges as well that are here. This is a big deal. And this is a pools game between our one of our UTK teams, I believe UTK White, and then another team that I don't remember. So that's what we're going to start.
Yeah, apologies on this. We will get in the groove of things as the day continues. If those that were here earlier today, you did see us doing some test streams, so we apologize about the technical difficulties. But we should be okay going forward.
If you were watching one of them, you did see Grimace on the camera. And I hope that was a treat to you for watching us start.
Yes, Grimace was here. He still is here. He's giving fan meet and greets. So if you are here in Knoxville, Tennessee, please stop by. I'm sure Grimace would love to see your wonderful face.
He's the most popular guy in the room right now.
All right, but focusing on team composition, pretty stock standard stuff to what we're seeing in the pro scene. I would say that the opposing school, again, we will find out who that school is. It's very interesting. They're still running the KJ. We're seeing Vice come up recently in meta.
Yeah, Vice is an incredibly powerful agent. Got a nerf recently, to some of those timers, just to make her a little bit more balanced. Still a very good agent in this current meta. And obviously the Tejo. We're playing to the strengths here. Tejo, one of the best agents in the game, if not the best agent in the game.
Yeah, I'm a Tejo hater. I think this guy should have never been added. He is the definition of literally can do everything besides flash.
Yeah.
But why need a flash when you have a Yoru on your team?
You're not a fan of clicking on a map and then placing a molly that kills people?
No, I am not. There. I think it is a disgusting initiator. Yeah. It should have never been added in this game. But here we are.
10 seconds away from our inaugural round here. I believe this is round 2 or game 2 of their pools for each person. We'll talk more about the format as we get a break to do so. But for now, let's just get into it. All right, early pressure up towards the B main area. 2 of the attackers looking around the mid. And they clone up in an early kill.
Cheese Chomper already early kill from UTK.
But what a shot. Trailer evens the odds, a 4v4. Let's see, going on to mid. They can find a pick into mid. Looking like they're headed towards the B. Steez doesn't realize what's going on behind him. Some early unawareness there has us in a 4v2 already. Alright, on the Powell to try and get back into this round, and there's behind him. And that's just up to Conman now.
He does have some utility, but I would really find it a stretch for him to clutch this 1v4. They don't know where he's at. He does have utility.
I don't even know how you begin to get into this round. You know they're going to be holding everything. Unveils his location, and he gets his head taken off by Sonic. A tough start for the UTK team, down 0-1. Here we go, into round 2 here. Quick eco round, you would assume, for the defending side. You see the Sheriff online. Trying to take an early pick. Oh, jump spotting here. Flash comes underway, and he's blinded, but he gets his dash out. Now they're pushing down into B again. We're seeing a lot of B pressure early in this game. TP flash setup underway.
There's Mateo, util to stall.
Fake teleport. But UTK is here. Some danger in this round as he gets his head taken off. Oh, but the Tataki kills come in, but it's a 2v2. The defending side into a 1v1, but they do end up taking it home. Sheath comes by with the last 2 kills. A dangerous eco, but they do bring it across.
And Sheet's already on 4-0. He's 2 away from his ultimate ability. And those that don't know, Ash's ability is a big giant wall that you can't hear anything, you can't shoot through everything. It is insanely powerful on this map. That's why you see Astra being played on both sides of the coin. So they get this ult orb, she gets a kill. This round gets really, really questionable from UTK. Yes, they're on their eco, and yes, UTK is on their buy. However, again, an Astro Wall can change things very, very quickly.
Astro Wall, that's why you're going to see pressure towards the B side again. The Astro Wall does a lot of work on that B side.
But we do see their Fade taking our control here.
Pressuring in towards mid. Tejo missiles coming online.
Tejo's being pressured. A lot of utility being out, thrown by Lucid.
Yoru TPing out. And he finds the angle.
And that's bombed down.
An early kill and the spike down in mid. That's going to be dangerous. It looks like... the Jet's taking a peek into that B site, but he falls as well. Although Yoru comes from behind and gets one, but it's a quarterly 4v1 here.
Let's see what she can do.
Immediately taken down, and UTK gets on the board here.
Huge, huge round by UTK. A much needed round, you could say. Right, they bought, and this was their eco round for the opposing school. I'm curious what looks we're going to see from UTK going into this round. We really need to start seeing this enable, the initiators enabling Cheese Chomper. It feels like Cheese Chomper is just taking a little bit of the empty fights, and we're running a 2 initiator composition. We would like to see more activity with that. Because as we can see, Cheese Chomper is all by himself with an Astra on the B side.
Really aggressive angle on the B main. They're using that fake smoke a lot to get across. You see pro teams use that as well, an easy way to get over to those boxes without taking any danger. And they already have control over that B main angle, but you might try and peek onto it. Some jump peeking here, not spotting anything towards B main. The spike appears to be headed its way down to this art area. Taking a peek onto it. Conman getting pressured, drops the C stun.
A lot of pressure being done on Conman.
It looks like they might be pushing into him. Oh, he can't find anything on the angle. He gets his head taken off, and now the push coming in onto this A site. Dashes
they know
into the
if the Vise is here, they have to, right? The Vise utility popped, the Razor Wire is propped.
See if he can
Bomb is going down.
Bomb's going down, trying to get the spam across, can't find it. And another shot, and the Yoru coming in
is
huge.
Just taking heads off.
See, he might try and find something from behind here. And it's down. It's down. Only left to the Vice now, taking down a flawless round, coming out. Not what you want to see, but it's the first gun round of the game. You can't really judge anything off of this. But the Yoru does come online after that huge round for him.
Well, the thing is, you're going to have a lot of ults coming in. One away from Fade, one away from the Astra. There's 2 ult orbs on Pearl here. So I would not be surprised if they go for an ult orb for the Vise play. And you can already see they are pressuring this B site.
Okay, it would appear that this is the UTK versus UGA battle.
Oh,
Tennessee
okay.
versus Georgia is what I've just been informed. Georgia on the attack against us on the defense at this moment. So this means a little bit more. A classic SEC rivalry in play in the Valorant arena.
And UTK just decided to give the site.
Yeah.
I don't hate the play because they popped the Yoru ult, but now UGA has a Fade ult for this post-plant position.
Playing full retake here. I mean, it's going to be tough to get back into this. They have their positions. We have Sheriffs in hand here for some of the defenders. It's going to be a hard one to fight back into. We'll see how much effort is truly made towards it. But they do find the opening pick here, and he's going to take into heaven. Although he does get smoked off. Fighting coming across here. Oh, but she's finding 3 from the angle, taking his timing. Oh, he finds 1, but he can't find the second.
Not a bad round from UTK. You get the Yoru ult, you kill 3, you get rid of some guns. Not a bad round.
But an early 4-1 deficit. These rounds are going to have to start coming online here. Right now, the only round they've taken is that bonus round. They're going to have to find something here, some remnants. We'll see if they can get it across here.
Agreed, but you're starting to see some ults start to come online for UTK. You're 1 away from the Fade ult, you're 2 away from the Visal, you're 1 away from Jet as well as Teo. A lot of these ults can be comboed, and you can really sort of snowball some rounds together if you play these ult economy properly.
We'll see what they have cooking.
We're seeing a new look from UGA. They're starting to put pressure on the A side. It's the first time they've done this.
I've seen a lot of love towards that B side. Maybe thinking some defenders might lax off A, but it looks like a similar amount to what we've seen the Vice util staying set up on the A side.
Util going out from the Fade. There's the Astra Wall from UGA.
Right.
Conman with a huge kill.
Conman.
The pinch from Yoru.
2 picks coming in for the team of UGA. Another coming in here, and it's an early 4v2. You have to think, will they even try and play into this, especially with an op online?
I doubt they will. That's a huge purchase.
See if maybe maybe we're trying to get some exits here from the side of G-Stiff. Or what's... Oh, can't get anything. Picks up the gun.
Got a gun upgrade.
And he's going to take it and run. I mean, 5-1, all but guaranteed at this point. They're not even going to try and play into it. At this point, especially in the best of one like this, these deficits are even harder to overcome. But hopefully they'll be able to find some trace of momentum coming into this.
Agreed. I would really like to see something different from UTK. They've played the same defense every single round. They put their Astra and their Jet on B. They will have the Teho watch the B link, and then they have Conman and their Vice player play on A. I would really like to see something different. Either doubling up on a site, playing 4 on a site, or taking pressure. And we do see a timeout come out from Conman calling that. And I would hope that they're having some conversations with this, especially with 3 ults coming online. You have the Fade ult, you have Tail ult, and you have the Astral ult. Those are some 3, I would argue, the most powerful ways. But if you're UTK, you have an op.
See what they have cooking here.
Okay, we recently just got told the game volume was not working. We apologize for that. Hopefully we have fixed and resolved that problem. Please let us know if you can or cannot hear the game volume.
There we go. Coming out of the timeout here. UTK, I think we all agree, much needed from them in this 5-1 deficit.
Yeah, it's a much needed round from UTK. Again, you have 3 ults. They have 1 Fade ult.
Check the eco.
Move. Now we wait.
Check the eco here. Okay, so we have some kind of a mixed buy here. They tried to force into it, just some lesser guns though. You're hoping to get value out of this op, but unfortunately they are attacking the other side.
Yeah, I mean, UGA is not even showing an ounce of a care of this op. And I'm really worried about this because you already see the Yoru, the fake clone online. UT has to know this.
Tail coming in. I think just to maybe get them off the angle.
I mean, that is a lot of Teo U2. You did stall, but that is a huge kill by KJ on the lurk.
Looks like there might be another fight headed towards mid here.
Nice shot by Conman.
Evens this game back up. Or evens this round back up to a 4v4, and a huge shot from the Tejo comes in as well, but he falls. It's still a 3v3 here. Can they find everything else?
This aimless peek this.
A fake plant, hoping for a swing out arrow and a bad angle to take there. Yep. See it. Is the fade aware? Looks like it, and finds the pick, making it a 2v2
Conman's going
again.
huge. He might just save this round.
Here we go, a 2v2 in the
you do have a Fade ult, you have Fade utility, you have Fade eye. There's a lot of things that can be played here. The problem is you have an operator on Cheese Chomper. That is not the most ideal weaponry to retake a site. They know the Fade's at B link.
A lot of it's going to come down to the con man. Can he find something here? Astra Star on the spike. We need to at least get a tap underway potentially. Time already running low.
And they have to know where she
One enemy remaining.
Finds
Last
one.
player standing.
Oh,
Sheath is able to close it out.
I mean, Chief is having a phenomenal performance,
Up to
11-2.
11-2 on the Astra. And he picks up the operator here. This is just really not... It's not going the way that you would hope here.
I should
You
play
need
some
to
Astro
try and
Stars
spring
in this
anything out of
reality.
this half. I mean, trying to obviously avoid the 11-1, but you're hoping for at least a 9-3, make it competitive somewhat. Win a pistol, and then you're back in this game.
I think 9-3 is generous. If I'm UTK there, I think we just pop the fatal, right? Like, we already used the tail, that's fine, it sucks, but you really need to guarantee that round.
Need that back.
We are seeing a different angle by UTK. They're getting aggressive in mid.
Some mid-aggression here could pay off, but the op shot comes on.
Aimless is going to have a lot of pressure
One's
down
activated.
here.
Coming in. Trying to take his timing, can't quite find the shot.
Walt, phones are
UGA is
live.
pushing into this into this B side. Sorry. Looks like they might have just triggered the wall.
Not ready
Now that
yet.
The wall's off. Looking like maybe they could call this back, actually. They're kind of sitting, taking their time.
Trailer is looking to make the first line of contact. If I'm UTK, you
Adding
have
some
the
value to
Visol.
this round.
You have 3 sheriffs. You can make it an equal round. You have the better weaponry when it comes to the secondary. Conman,
They're keeping. See, it's starting. The silence is completely working. The UTK team starting to rotate over to A with this noise.
and Dices is all by himself in A. There's not in Soul. This Yoru
The longer they
and
take,
Teo
the
might be
more-
taking a fight here.
The longer this takes, the more likely we are.
30 seconds left.
He hears the noise coming in. He's about to take a time.
Oh, Teo has no idea it's coming.
He's down. And a TP back to main, and it's a 5v2. Look here. Nothing to save for the side of UTK. You have 2 sheriffs. Maybe you could find a miracle here. You're going to need some crazy shots from the side here. Maybe you can find a rifle to pick up.
There are no rifles
Yeah,
to
but
pick up.
the only deaths have been their own team, so you're just going to have to try and find a kill here.
I mean, it starts with 1, right? You know there's going to have to be someone playing backside. And the Yoru was probably going to be in main.
You can also see a die to spike. Avoid the ult orbs, potentially.
You could.
Know it's unwinnable.
I think
Blocking
UTK
vision.
needs to hurt the economy, though. It becomes a 1-7 deficit.
Oh,
And
he
there we
finds
go.
one pick.
We're going to see another fight here.
Last player standing.
Can Aimless take one more with him? He can.
Finds it. If he can get the gun and get out, then it actually turns into a pretty good. I mean,
Not
it's
a bad round.
Pretty good for them, but I mean, it's small victories at this point. You need to actually get rounds on. A 1-7 deficit here.
Okay, Brisby, we've already talked about this. We have held this Fatal in Astral by the UTK side for now going on to 4 rounds. Again, we are about to see Sheath on UGA is going to have
Now
his
we wait.
second Astra ult.
Launching thorn.
Online, and we've already seen the Yoru ult activated, so he's on his
Launching
second.
thorn.
I think
Retrieving thorns.
sometimes you get caught wanting to
Rip
save
and
it for the
tear.
perfect moment, but maybe just putting your team in an advantageous spot is what it should be doing.
Great. And we do see the Yoru out taking information.
It looks like a really fight could be going on, and a huge
Something
shot.
huge.
Spike down A.
That's the opener that they've needed. Yoru ending here. Swings past it. Not able to find it though.
Recovering it.
Oh,
Taking
and he
that back.
retreats back to main. It looks like this rotate could work perfectly unless the Tejo. Does he hear the noise? It doesn't sound like it.
He has to hear
Oh, he
something
hears
now.
the
He heard
Yoru.
somebody step. Yep.
He hears the Yoru. He might. Oh, but they're still thinking it might be an A moment. And the B side is completely open minus the Vice Util, but Aimless getting there quickly.
But the Visol does
Trap destroyed.
hit someone. They now know that UGA has now made this rotation to B. The question is, does this jet get on fast enough?
You should
Pops the
run.
Visol. There's the K-Joel coming out. Do we see something matched by UTK?
Maybe a Visol coming online. Oh, but the Vice
Vice
instead
is
takes
dead.
a fight, dies, making it a 4v4, an even round now. What are you looking for? Maybe someone gets detained. But
I'm
I would
looking
assume-
for a
30 seconds
fatal
left.
on this bomb util down for UTK because this is going to be a
Spike
safe plan
planted.
for UGA. Here's the fatal coming out.
Fatal trying to get all of backside, I believe.
There is Geisty Soul.
Oh, but Yoru finds a pick.
Find you.
She finds a pick. It's
One
now
enemy remaining.
4v2 digital. Only one left for us. Cheese Chomper.
three.
Finds 3.
Trying to
Away
pull
back
three.
into this round all of a sudden.
This round starts to get scary for UGA.
It's past the smoke.
One enemy
Finds
remaining.
one.
It's doable.
Oh, but he can't find the ace.
A
And
valiant attempt
8-1.
by Cheese Chomper. However,
Yeah, almost allowed them away back into the round, but they're able to lock in for that last kill, and it's an 8-1 deficit now for UTK.
and now if your UTK panic has to start setting in. You pop the Astra ult, you pop the Fatal, you get nothing out of it. Cheese Chomper almost brings the game back with his heroics. You get nothing. And now you're going into this round with
somewhat of an eco.
a crazy bot. You have a hero rifle,
they're going
and
back
they're
to the
all
full
going
eco.
sheriffs. You have a hero Spectre against a full team of armor and vandals.
You're just hoping for some sheriff headshots here is what you're playing for, but the pressure coming in towards B again. I mean, with how much they favored this B site, I would think maybe even a 4-1 setup could be the move here, at least for one. But pressure comes online, the Tejo missiles with the Cease, just not quite timed correctly to get the Yoru. But there's no way of knowing exactly where
Found
the
them.
Yoru is to
Alarm
get
bot
that
down.
off. But it's the mid lurk coming up. There is Defender, and looks like some Astra Stars on this art area.
The Cage
Mid
just
lurk
spotted
behind it.
the
Looks like a fight might be about to take place. He can't get the headshot, and he backs away from the angle. But spotting their jet does give you some info that this might be headed towards the A site. They know he's on the angle, but he does still escape again using the dash here.
You want to fight it?
Coming in, a fight comes online, but gets lost.
30
A big
seconds
headshot
left.
comes online.
Spike down A.
Oh, a huge
One
shot.
enemy
A
remaining.
1v3 now, and the round lost again. I mean, I know it's an eco round, but you just need rounds to come online. You can't. It's
Told
hard
you
to
you're okay.
find any
You're
small
okay,
victories at
fam.
this point.
Good even.
Yeah, a 13-3 start for Sheet. He's
mean,
looking like the best player in this level.
BYB,
Yeah, I
fam.
mean, he has
Going
been
to Astro to
absolutely
do them
electric.
Astro Guardian things I
Every
do.
time they've needed him, when the round gets tough, he's come online with a huge 4K. He just seems to be coming online at the right times.
Need that back.
Right, the same spot here. Jet coming on. Oh, he can't quite get the flick shot here. Pops his dash active, trying to find the slide on the angle. At some point he will peek it, you would think. Nope. Just gonna let the dash run out.
Taylor's experiencing pressure, a lot of fade UTB.
Ammunition.
However, they're not peeking off of
Yeah.
this. They're just letting him waste this. Each fight coming,
Oh, and he
Boosted
loses
wins it. And now that's Big Link basically lost inside of UTK. It's Khan now having to pick this up.
Does pick up the angle here, but I mean, there's obvious gaps in the defense here. Can UGA find them? It looks like another fight might be coming on soon.
Alis is reading this. The question is, how many does he get?
Oh,
It's
it's
nothing.
none.
Boosted with
It's
2
able to
huge
take him
kills.
The last hope at this A side might be guys here. Spam through the smoke. I mean, they're just looking one step ahead.
And I think if you're UTK, you have to save again. You have this op. That's a huge purchase.
I mean, it's tough.
Spike
Can you
planted.
save? It's
Yeah,
1 to
tough.
9.
It's tough to save at a 1-9 to make it 2-10. Conman does find one, finds a
He finds
second
2.
one. All of a sudden, there's a way into this round potentially.
I mean, you have jet knives.
The
Bring
Jet's
them
on the
down.
way back. I mean, you would have to go quick. Yeah,
But
they're
the problem
starting
is,
to
if
think better
Astra
of
is
it.
still alive, she can pull you off of the bomb. There's plenty of util. Cage is still alive with mollies. I mean, the biggest kill that needs to happen is, I think Khan's just looking for lurks now.
He's trying to find his exits here. Oh, he
gets
is spotted out. The Jet.
Does
now
he find
could-
this jet? He hears the jet. A fight coming.
I mean,
That
that's
makes
just unawareness there.
Yeah.
But
No, where's the comms from UGA? It's unlucky.
turns into a 2v2, but the round was never as close as that might suggest. And it becomes a 110 deficit here.
Last round in the half.
I mean, I've seen great comebacks, but this would require something that maybe we haven't seen yet.
I mean,
From
this would be a
110 down.
historical
Yeah.
comeback and a best of 1.
110 deficit in the best of 1. At this point, you know, avoid the 11-1/2.
Get out of my way!
Where are you?
Here we go. Pressuring that B side again. It's where they've leaned the majority of this half. There's the pressure coming in.
Wall tripped.
Trips the wall with his clone.
And this Euro is just telling his team there's 3 on B site, and he's just going to get away.
Gets
And he
the
does.
backside, teleports back to spawn, and now you're hoping, yeah. Cheese Chomper is going to hear this, but the smoke is going to deter him from trying to take a fight onto that angle. And the plant's going to come in.
Here.
5v5
planted.
retake. Can they make something happen here? Avoiding the 11-1/2.
Face your fear!
Fatal comes online. Missed hop shot from Cheese Chomper. The kills come active. And it's a 3v... Oh, a 3v4 it turns into. Wait, he finds 2, but he can't find any more. Taken down with the op. It's a 2v2. With the
Last
time getting
player
low, and it's a 1v2 now.
One enemy
Finds
remaining.
one. Oh, but the Molly's gonna end this round effectively. Any kill can't come online. It's an 11-1/2.
You should run. Switching sides.
Just a tough start for them. I guess, I mean, in a literal sense, it could be worse. It could have been a 12-0 half.
It could have been, but if you're UTK, you have to now string 12 rounds in a row, at least 11 to take it to OT. I mean, it starts off the back of, again, your Cheese Chomper is doing everything he can, but your initiators really need to start, coming alive, right? I mean, yes, Geisties and Aimless are 4 and 10. I do see that. However, if your best player is your duelist, you have 2 initiators, they should be fighting with this guy in every single fight. He should have util in every fight that he takes.
Not doing an amazing job at enabling him, and the Yoru looking like he might want to take some early contact.
I don't like that Tejo is taking first contact.
And he finds the kill, too. Gets
And he
more
gets
on the
2.
angle.
He
Gets
gets
a
3.
third. Cheese Chomper does shut him down, though. And at this point, I mean, you have 1 in B, you have 1 all the way in A.
I mean, you need Aimless to be the hero of this round. He has to get a good timing, and he has to get the skill.
But he's taken down by Sheath. He's been a monster. Now what can Cheese Chomper find here? 1v4, what is your way back into this round? Just hope that you can get a plant and some kills.
I mean, he has to kill this Jet. The Jet has to be the first kill that he finds, or Sheath. But Sheath has been an absolute monster. They're starting to pinch him in. The whole team of EGA is circling around Cheese Chomper.
They know that he's going to be leaning towards this A side.
Starting to hear the audio cue. This has to be the first one.
Finds it on the second shot. So now they're really converging on his location.
30 seconds.
He kind of has a feel of where they could be, though, but he has to plant in the next 30 seconds. Finds the shot.
I think he needs to go A. You have to go A. You have 20 seconds. You have to go now. And he doesn't see the barrel of the gun of Fade. This is doable.
He has to get on the site. He will be able to get that plant down. AJ's going to try and meet him there. The turret will come online, though. I don't know if he's ready for that.
And he does. He will have enough time to get the bomb down. All right.
But once the turret comes online and it gets the kill, the turret comes online. I knew it as soon as I saw the turret on the site.
And that is devastating on the side of UTK.
Once again, a Cheese Chomper putting in a heroic effort on a round just to be undone in a 1v1 setting.
He's making these rounds so winnable, but it just comes down to he needs some help. And you have to look at Aimless there. He has to get that kill. He read Sheath. He knew the pinch was coming from Art, and it just did not happen. If you're UTK, you have to bide. You cannot save. You throw everything in the kitchen sink to try to start converting these rounds.
Yeah. Can they find anything here? And I mean, on the bright side, you don't have to show off a lot of your attacking strats for Pearl. And then with a scoreline like this.
That is some perspective, Brispy. That is perspective.
Unless they could turn this game around here. It would require 11 consecutive rounds to send us to OT. And a Hurley headshot comes through, but they're just running through. Ooh. They do find a 3v3 here. It looks like just the death ball strategy.
I mean, that's why you're running it to initiate or comp, right?
He can't find anything. A 3v2
Huge
now.
kill by Lucid.
Looking like this could be a round. Maybe this is where it begins, where they turn it around.
For Brispy, here's the problem. There's this one man named Sheath who is still alive on this round and in this server.
What can he find here?
And if you're UTK, you just play the buddy system. No stupid peeks. Peek off your Vise utility.
Force
you have
them.
all of the utility on Tejo.
Oh,
and that is devastating.
Give up an
It becomes
early
a 2-2.
I was just going to say, force them to win the round. Don't lose it. Oh, blows the stinger shot and gets his head taken off. It's down to a 1v1.
It's an outlaw battle. Tejo has full util.
Smoked off.
I think the classic.
Oh, and he finds
Lucid
the
goes
headshot.
huge.
A 4K from Lucid makes it 2-12. This game is not over yet. We're still fighting.
Welcome back, Lucid. Welcome to Volan.
Yeah.
He is finally woken up for this tournament.
Now, is that the beginning of 11 straight rounds? I don't know, but you need plays like that just to keep the momentum going. Even if you're not going to win this map because it is far-fetched, you need plays like that just to keep your confidence up going into your future matches.
I couldn't agree more. And you know what? A comeback does start off heroics, right?
Exactly.
That was a heroic play. You get a quad feed. Now you really would like to see this Tejo keep getting more, get that ult early.
Get out of my way.
Get him online here. Alright. Pressuring
The
towards
turret is down. It's dead.
That's dead.
The hero of the 2 rounds ago is gone.
PTSD was active for Cheese Chomper for a second. Find nothing. I mean, look at this push coming in. There are 4 on the flank. Looks like KJ's the only one with a potential here. Finds the first, but it's an early shutdown on that flanking attempt. And a great start showing here. And we've seen Sheath be a hero, but he's not going to be one this round. So 3-12. We've already tripled our rounds won in this half. So.
We have.
Just
again, if you UTK, it's 1 round at a time, right? That's what you're saying. So you don't hit your tab, you don't hit the dashboard, you just focus on this round.
Guns coming online for the side of UGA here. The Outlaw purchase. We do have some regen armors.
I would love for UTK to fight for this A orb here.
So the spike is in spawn. But it looks like it's going to be retrieved, so
this Tejo,
no worries.
He's 1 orb away from ult, right? And I think a B site with Tejo is extremely strong.
Oh, Yoru just walking up. Judge active, the Prowler just missing. Can he make something out of it now? Oh, and he got a little overzealous. So now it's going to be up to the KJ to defend the site. It's just spamming through the smoke. Looks like they're not finding anything here. Can't get anything online with the spam. And Aimless actually picked up the Judge from the Yoru. Could come huge for him on this angle here, but he gives away the Judge on the angle. They understand it now. Caution loading in for the side of UGA, and they do find a pick.
Goes down.
Conman's going to try and find a timing here, but he can't find it. Everyone into main now. This is a classic Pearl play here. Everyone B main strat. The kill's coming online. Tejo is active.
There he goes.
Comes online
he
now.
He still has full utility. He has still enough.
Oh,
and
you
that
can't be
is
taking
devastating.
that fight. But they have to get on. Can he find it? Can he stop them? He finds one, and he finds the fourth. With 0.3 seconds left on the defuse, Cheese Chomper comes in.
I mean, Cheese Chomper and Sonic and Cheese, they're here at UTK Volan. They showed up. We're here.
Cheese Chomper's top fragging the entire lobby in a 4-12 deficit. That's the kind of performance he's putting in, and it's the kind of performance you need to complete something like this gargantuan task.
Agreed. And Geises does has ult. The problem is UGA has a lot of ults coming online. You're 1 away from KJ, you're 1 away from Astra, you're 1 away from the Jet. You already have the Yoru ult, which we know he's not afraid to pull out the shotgun, and there it is. The Bucky
is
and
active.
The ult.
We could be seeing a
classic
clip.
and here it goes.
Oh, it gives away the Bucky's presence, then TP's out. Although, I mean,
That's
you
a
don't...
free B site.
Yeah. The B site is online here.
The UTK have no idea.
Yeah. Gonna do their due diligence, clear out the site, dash on. They find a pick onto boosted. And the plant's coming online. The Jet knives, his head gets taken off by the Tejo. A 3v5 surely is unwinnable, no matter what heroics they can pull. What's the play here? Oh, the fade peeks out. I mean, what do you do here? He's the last one left, and he can't find anything. A flawless round from the side of UTK. And the comeback keeps chugging along. 4 consecutive rounds there for them after a 12-1 deficit.
This round is arguably huge. Obviously, if they were to lose a round, the game would be over. But speaking from a non-game point status standpoint, it's going to be an even buy now. You have ults on both sides. Ult's economy is going to be coming alive. So it's going to be the most even round we have seen thus far on UTK's offensive comeback.
Rounds like this, where the ults are stacking up for UGA, is going to be the toughest rounds to convert here. Can they find something with superior gunplay or superior strategies? The Prowler comes online, but they are getting aggro on this B main angle. Lurking coming through for Aimless here. Swings out, and Lucid's able to find the Yoru, but they are going to dash out of there. But a huge early win.
Dicey is making and Aimless is making the call. The A is free, and you see the UTK is sprinting to A.
Genius play right here from Aimless. Masterclass incoming on this angle here. And he takes him out too.
Kill.
What a lurk from him, calling them over to
Another
the A
fight's
side.
going to happen. Jet and Aimless.
Oh, Sheath is able to pick one up though. Onto the mid. So
now Aimless is spotted. Does he know? He makes the read.
He's able to find the kill again. So now it's just 2 through mid here. I mean, do you save this potentially if you're UGA?
I don't think so. It's 12-5. I think you try to hurt the economy of UTK.
That's true.
You have a Fade Eye to play around. They don't know where you're at. And I think you can get a huge surprise on Lucid. Let's see if this is a huge fight between Boosted.
Looks like the Haunt comes online, force them to shoot it. They find a pick. And a way back onto this site here. But the time is getting low. The time just keeps ticking. And yeah, the call's made to save. I think the correct choice once the round becomes unwinnable.
Just look for lurkers.
They're going to hang out in this mid site. There should be no conflict for the rest of this round. But another round coming across here.
And now, Brisby, if you're on the UGA side, do you start to see some doubt start coming in?
I think
it was 12-1.
It was 12-1. I think your doubt really comes in once they start hitting 8.
Okay.
Because then you only have so many full buys left if you keep losing, and every one of those that you can't convert. Like, look at this. We're seeing an eco coming in here, or at least somewhat. We see 2 rifles and a Bucky online. I think he's going to try some Yoru ult shenanigans.
Say a Bucky with the Yoru ult is about the same as a Vandal. It's a guaranteed kill.
We see 3 rifles and 2 shotguns for the defense here. But he's not going to find anyone on this side of the map.
So now they know the jig is up for UTK.
Yeah,
They're doing the same stock.
You need to accelerate if you're UTK here. And it looks like they might be speeding up a little bit, but UGA is going to be there early. And this is going to be a dogfight onto this A site. It's just who's going to find this angle, who's going to find the spam through a smoke. But this walk up from Sheath could come huge. Finds an angle. From experience watching pro play, they don't clear the...
Cheese Chomper.
Cheese Chomper finds one, and he finds the headshot. But the KJ judge comes in. Wow, what a shot. While blinded, I believe, from the Tejo. Gets the headshot, and it's a 4v1. And 7 is looking online. Now that the Jet spotted out. The Jet looks like maybe Trailer's going to try and fight back onto this. I think just trying to see any eco damage he can do. Force them to stay on the site. And the shotgun comes through. The shorty. And it's 12-7 all of a sudden. The chances of running this back here.
I know to our streamed audience that you
and
can't...
a timeout comes in from the side of UGA. I think that makes a lot of sense.
To the stream audience, you guys cannot hear this. UGA was very, very loud at the beginning of this game. And they are awfully quiet on the other side of the table. So I think it is very timely they're calling a timeout because they have let this game start getting away from them. But I will say, I don't know if I like the timeout. You don't have a full buy going in this round if you're UGA. You're going to have some rifles, and you're only going to have... and you're only going to have and maybe like 2 or 3 sheriffs. So we're going to see what they're going to draft up. You do on the side of UGA. You don't even have the jet hold.
Yeah. It's just going to be one of those rounds where I think you're going to spend maybe about 5 to 10 seconds calling an eco strategy, but you're really focused on the macro and what to do once these guns come online.
Of course.
Maybe they'll try something sneaky like 5 mid, some strategy along those lines, but we'll see what comes on here. Looks like leaning towards that B site.
I mean, UTK should be every single time.
And it's been working for them.
It has.
Forcing UGA to stop them.
Hello everyone, just a reminder in 5 minutes. Also get to
Here.
excellent. Thank you.
All right, we apologize for that. We're back with the casting.
Yeah. Nothing. Luckily, it's been a slow going round here. But wait, look at the Vice all the way in mid, finds a kill, but doesn't realize that the Fade is on the angle, but it looks like they might spot them early. Oh, this could come huge for Boosted if he can find the shot. Does find it.
Now they know.
He's gonna try and pick up the gun. I mean, that is a great play from them here. If they try and find. Looks like backing up onto this A site. The spike potentially headed back towards that B area. You know, you're kind of unsure. Oh, he tries to take an angle, but Conman shuts him down. And the attacker's heading towards the B site. It should be completely open for them. They're still leaning towards A on the defense. The only question is, will they make it in time? But I think it should be an absolute at this point.
Sonic is going to hear the Yuta being thrown. They now know.
Face your fear!
You know that it's coming online. I don't love the Fatal, but
I hate the Fatal.
yeah. But you do still have multiple ults online. I think you just want to clear out the site. They back up to main. Although the ult does kind of give you the idea that they might be coming into the flank, which is not actually the strategy that they've chosen. Onto the angle comes the Dret. Oh, a huge kill from Sonic makes it a 3v3.
Still have the tail here if you're
They did plant
UTK,
safe.
and he has the missiles to get them off the
Oh,
bomb.
he's on the spike. They don't. The ult comes through, but the spike's already halved. But he dies to the tail. The tail claims 2 lives, and Conman finds the kill. Makes it 12-8. That might have been. That's one of the closer rounds we've witnessed. But the Tail comes in huge, finding 2 picks for them. That got scary for a second with them holding the spike, but it's okay. We're there now. So here is probably, you would assume, the round that the timeout was actually called for. This first full buy round, just to try and set up a strategy.
Agreed. If I'm UTK, I think I'd call the timeout right now because you now know that they're going to have a Fade ult and a KJ ult, right? I would cook something up because they're going to know that you're probably going to hit B. However, it is a different look for the UTK side. We're going to see a fight here.
All right.
And a huge kill by Conman.
Conman does take one out here. Now, I said 8 was the number where you start to worry. We're here now, and they're pushing onto that site, but it looks like UGA is already getting there, but Cheese Chomper finds a huge pick. Sheath evens it up, though, but he falls. And now, wait, look at this. Look at the Vice here on the lurk. Could potentially find something. KJ's going to peek onto the angle. Can't find anything. Now the Vice lurk
He sees the
finds the pick,
kill.
and it's a 4v1. And this is looking like 9, barring a miracle.
If I'm Sonic, I save my gun here. I think you play for exits.
You have to take it as much as every round. Like we were saying on the first half, every round starts to hurt. And this game is all of a sudden becoming competitive as they find the pick. And it's 12-9 all of a sudden. From 12-1 to 12-9.
In burst speed. And so there was only 3.
And there was 3. How many more can they get? What's the buy looking like? We're seeing an eco round.
It has to be an eco round.
Any
They
viewers
spent all their money.
of Pro Play know that the eco round is where these things are normally undone. Some sheriff shots could be the undoing here, but you have to assume they're favored. And I think they can get this through. I mean, Cheese Chomper is just putting on a master class.
But you
right
know
now
what
on the
it
chat.
is? Lucid has come alive. 18, 15. Conman and Aimless have gone huge. 13, 15, 12, 14.
We kind of joked about that 4K from Lucid when it was what made it 12-2, but I mean now it's looking like an actual huge round and a huge performance from him that did actually activate him. Sheath is going to try and take onto this angle. Looks like they're just trying to take gunfights at this point. What can they find here? Plant coming online.
No util being both sides throwing util dumping on this corner. UTK knows that at least 3 are here. Conman taking the first fight.
Oh, that's not an. Finds one. The jet walks through and the kill's starting to come in for the side of UTK, but it's not over. But a huge swing from Lucid. All of a sudden it's 12-10. The players started to get into it. You can feel it shifting here. You can feel it starting to happen. Down 12-1. Their second timeout coming in from the defense here. Uh-oh. All of a sudden.
And now, if you're UGA, what do you say? What do you call? If I'm on the side of UGA versus B, you need to put more bodies on the B. You can't just keep giving them the site. They have not won a single round when they have given the site for free.
I mean, it kind of feels like we're watching the same exact half that we just saw. The B site is just the attackers are just walking in and taking it. I mean, I mentioned it in the first half. I genuinely think that you might want to favor something like a 4-1 here. Although we see what the pings are coming in. Looks like maybe some direction towards the mid area of the map.
I couldn't agree more.
So maybe,
and I also have to comment, I feel like the Yoru is not taking these aggressive angles that were favoring him so much on the offensive side.
Yeah, it felt like we were seeing him get a pick almost every round of that first half. I think you've seen him try and pull out the shotgun a couple times to little effect. You've seen a lot of maybe these Q angles just not working for him. So you maybe get back to basics here, see what the jet, an operator coming online for the jet here. But this is, if you're UTK, for both sides, this is the round. I mean, the full buy on the side of UGA, you have 3 ults. This is the round for you to win.
They've had these 3 ults for at least 4 rounds.
That's true. They have been holding them. But this angle for the op, but UTK looks like they seem to have read this, at least somewhat.
They read his perfectly. Yeah. Aimless is now on the opposite side of the map. He's been there lurk every time. Now he's lurking on B.
Prowler coming up to mid, though. Alert, letting them have it. Looks like they're going to try to insert the Euro here, or the Yoru, all the way up.
UTK read this. They don't have the Vise Wall to pop. They have no idea if this lurk comes through. It's going to come down to Aimless. Does he hear this audio at all?
Does hear the KJ, it seems like, but, I mean, the Yoru's in our spawn.
And Sheath is going to hear the activity. They now know that this is looking like a UTK hit. The Fade Eye already out. Asher starts coming down. And Yoru finds a big kill, but they do get traded.
You trade him out.
But the problem is that's UTK smoke's gone. They have no smokes now the rest of this round. What can Aimless find is the real question. This is what it's going to come down to. Can he find anything? But he's nowhere close. UTK make the call. Go B.
Yeah, pushing into this B site, you are pushing into the util here.
You do have the Vise, though. I would not be afraid to pop this. Get in the corner on the Vise, pop the utility, and then just take control. And there it is. They make the call.
But it looks like KJ might have found a corner here. They're not going to be expecting this, and he does find the pick off of it. They didn't account for that corner to keep your primary weapon. Oh, but Conman with a huge trade. I don't think they expected them to still hold the spike through that ult here. So the spike does come online. We are in a post plant. And Lucid finds a huge pick. And now it's a 1v3 for Trailer.
And if you're EJ, you have to save the op. I don't think you go for this. They have to know where you're at. Oh, and now it becomes a different game. And they know he's tagged.
Down to it looks like about 5 health here. 14 for him. They are putting the aggression on him.
But they're also giving him nothing.
The
bomb is coming down, and Lucid has his missiles. This is a losable round.
And the round lost, saving the op, and it's 12-11 all of a sudden.
If you're UGA right now, I would be very, very nervous. You do save the operator, and you still have the KJ ult, I believe. Again, we have seen the KJ from Sonic. We've seen Sheath not to use their ult. Your Jet is about to get knives. Your Yori's about to get the second ult. I just find it to be very surprising. Their captain has to say, guys, we need to not be afraid to use this ult. This round has to use ult. You're going into overtime. You lose them.
I mean, it's hard to believe we were at 12-1 at one point here. Now it's 12-11. A potential classic comeback in the making here.
And look,
but it still requires this round.
UTK, not a soul at that B site.
But the Fade Prowler will... Oh, 2 guns heard now. You understand there's at least 2. UGA here. The Tejo drone coming in.
They see the Fade.
Yes, let's see the Fade.
They have to expect that she's playing because she's played here every time. UTK coming down. There's Geisty's ult.
Boosted finds one, but a trade. All right, so a 3v4 for the side of UTK, but, I mean, with how low the Astra is, KJ ult comes down. But, I mean, with the Astra wall, you're just not going to know.
Yoru. He's going to go scout. He's going to see that all of them are stuck in A.
And no ults on, like, oh, that Astra ult could go huge. They're sticking it. They're going to have to find something. It's just being stuck. They're forced off of it. Oh, and there it goes.
And
the comeback effort falls short. 10 consecutive rounds was not enough.
But excellent resilience from UGA.
I mean,
they finally paired those ults together, and it worked beautifully.
It's a heartbreaker for the side of UTK, but UGA, I mean, that is mental toughness. Losing 10 straight, but realizing that you just needed that one more, and they're able to find it there. So we'll see what the next game coming up is. It looks like we're headed straight into action with the UTK Orange team. Now, if you don't know, this team, led by Luke the Legend here, is going to be... This is our main roster here, the A team, if you will. Not to say anything bad about White. This is just our main call to action here. All right, I'm running solo casting now. Got to make sure that it's actually working. Okay, cool. So it looks like we're going to be headed into UTK Orange. I'll check real quick what team they're headed against. It looks like it's going to be against East Tennessee State University, ETSU versus UTK, an in-state rivalry renewed here for our second match on Pearl. Now, if you don't know, the games that we're watching right now are just the pool matchups. There's 8 teams at the event. They've been divided into 2 pools of 4 teams. And we're currently just watching some of the various pool matches. Once we finish this pool matches, and we'll bring up the bracket once it's over, and these teams will then, the bottom 2 teams will be eliminated from each side, and then, the bottom 2 teams from each pool will be eliminated. We'll go into a 4-team bracket with that's double elim, and I believe the grand finals is the plan for Sunday. So we'll be with you up until those upper and lower finals today at the Volan stream. As it looks like we're seeing the chamber coming in from the defensive side here for ETSU. Other than that, pretty normal, something you'd expect. The Tejo being played, I mean, if you're not playing Tejo in the current state of this game, you're not maximizing your chances here. But a double initiator, Astra, KJ Jet, this is looking like pretty basic comp here from the attacking side. We'll see as the Yoru comes online. We'll see what they have cooked up here. We just saw an absolute heater on this map. Although a tale of 2 halves, really. 11 1 half, followed by then 10 tend to have. Hopefully we get, more of that, more big moments throughout the game that will lead us here. But let's see what we have going online. All right, and it looks like they're in the game. All right, here we go. There, the defensive side is that of ETSU. UTK Orange on the attacking here. They should be the cream of the crop for UTK, so let's hope that I'm not overestimating them. Let's see what they have active here. Oh, and it looks like we have a tech pause coming in actually, so just never mind. Disregard everything I've said, we're not getting into the game yet. We're just going to watch them jump around for a second here. And, unless something goes horribly wrong, we will not be. I will not be solo casting the entirety of this game. Cross should be back for me at some point. But for now, it's just me. Oh, I see him on his way back now. We're getting into round one here. The pistol starting. Early presence toward the mid area of the map from UTK. Early presence here towards mid. Welcome back. Welcome back to the caster's booth as Jurassic with a huge 3 kills early. Immediate. Oh, but Juice able to find one here. A fight coming online here. Wow, a jumping headshot, but ETSU is able to open this round with the win. A rough start, especially with if the last map was anything to go off of the attacking side of this map. But we'll see what they have going on here. Playing Yoru like I play Yoru, where you just press the buttons over and over again to make his hands move.
All right, I am back, ladies and gentlemen. I used the restroom. I apologize about that.
All right.
Who are we playing? We have UTK main roster versus, what, ETSU?
Yes, ETSU on the defensive side here. And ETSU with an early pistol win off the back of Jurassic right here. He became huge in the pistol, but he's taken down immediately. And that's a rifle offline here. It's like... You might, oh no, just taking pressure in the smoke here. UTK does make it onto that A site. See it. ETSU obviously with the gun advantage, but everything else you would advantage to UTK in this situation. See if the guns are enough to get them all the way. Gonna take a swing onto the angle. Oh, and a huge shot from Truce. I mean, that's beautiful from the Jet, dragging his crosshair. And now the pressure comes in, but it's already a 5v2, and it's a 4v1 for the side of UTK. Only New Stone left for ETSU to try and bring this eco around, well, this anti-eco for them. Finds one, finds a second, finds a third! He can't quite find the transfer! We almost saw a magical moment in round 2 here, but UTK is able to bring an eco round online. That is huge for the early economy of this game. As you're going to have 5 rifles here against Sheriffs, Classics. I mean, the eco is awful for ETSU.
I'm a big Ares fan, and that's why. I think Ares has some clutch potential that other weaponry do not. And I think people don't realize how good that gun can be.
The ability to just keep shooting. You have 50 bullets.
And you hold crouch, and you do miraculous things.
But here we go, New Stone. It's the early dart. Going to be broken by the KJ, but the pressure, it's all about the A site early. Something that we didn't see a lot last game, but obviously 2 completely different teams playing with completely different strategies.
Luke the Legend.
Yeah, Luke the Legend finds an early one. This could be problematic with this shorty here.
But Haxic has to read. He has to know something's up.
Dashes on, does spot him, and he tries to push up.
Huge kill by Dreadmarker.
And That should have been the danger of this round, taken out. Yep. Kill found here under the chamber, and a 2v5 with worse guns. You're not winning this.
If you're Zenith and Newstone, you're just looking for exit kills. You're just trying to hurt the eco of UTK.
He potentially even just dying to spike, avoiding ult orbs. I mean, that's what you see teams doing in this spot. The round basically over. On a wide swing from Juice just to take him out. Oh, but a headshot found from Zenith. But he can't find anything else. 4 living for the side of UTK, helping that economy keep snowballing. And that's what you hate about losing round 2 if you're ETSU. The economy just... It disorients in a way that isn't normally found with the normal pistol round eco win. Like, because they're already set to buy next round, potentially even the round after that if they can win this. Like, the eco is already great for the side of UTK.
Agreed. And I'm not surprised, since Mr. Newstone pulled out the Ares, that he is an Odin user. And I respect it.
He's just practicing. The Pearl maybe you don't normally think of as a map kind of used for this Odin, but I can definitely see in the A dugout angle where he can find value here. But it looks like the offensive pressure is going to... And something we're seeing that we didn't see a lot of last map, UTK is switching up the side that they're attacking a lot. Correct. We're not seeing a lot of pressure towards A or towards B. They're headed towards B this round.
Utility pop.
Past the smoke.
Hacks it clear at the angle.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. His teammate looking out for him.
So now we're looking for Arbatic to try and find something here. Luke the Legend finds a pick. Arbatic, though, does come through with one. Can't find that one, though. Luke the Legend comes in, picks up his slack, and it's just the Odin and the Chamber left, the Headhunter online.
We see an op by Ace. I don't know if he peeked this. You have 2 of the most expensive guns in the game. It's a 2v4, and I think they're going to make the call. At least Ace is. Newston's going to follow suit.
And we see defensive Sova has full util left at this stage in the round.
That's the second time we've seen that so far.
So nothing coming online for them. And Ace is out of there with the op. They shouldn't have any worry. Although, it actually looks like we could see a fight coming in. Oh,
and he gets away with it.
Oh,
that got dicey for Ace.
Close for him. But a 1-3 start. And just like we've seen the previous map, the attacking sides overperforming at least to start.
Why do you think that is, Crispy?
I think just the way that this map is laid out, especially, you like to point towards the B site as being, if you can plant on B, then the round is basically over at that point. It's incredibly hard to retake. And especially, we've seen the defenders not put a lot of pressure onto B. I mean, even look at this round, it's just going to be the op there. Now UTK is going to head towards that A site.
This is the second time we've seen Newstone have no idea where he wants to play. Yeah. He just plays and spawns and waits for the round to start. But he made the wrong read.
And now he's already running back over towards that spawn site. Oh, a missed Bucky shot. Oh, and Jurassic, had a chance there to make magic happen on this eco.
Actually taking space. Does he make the read? Yori's going to take a first angle.
Oh.
And it's just clinical work at UTK, playing together, util out. And now we see the Ares again from Newstone.
And you're starting to see what a lot of people point to as a problem with bringing an operator is the moment, if they don't push your site, you're kind of forced to save if a round ends up like this in a 3v5. Although Arbatic is able to find one, but they're still not going to put a lot of effort in towards this retake for obvious reasons. The op is a huge investment, and it finds beautiful value when you're able to use it. But on rounds like this, it's just tough to make happen.
Yeah, and that's the dynamic, right? You're playing a Chamber Yoru comp, right? Chamber wants to have the operator, correct? Yeah. But Chamber can only go so far, so quickly. You do see Newson's just get an exit kill, which is nice. It does put a dent in the UTK economy, but they can easily
Newstone
recover.
Dies to the spike, maybe on purpose. Maybe that'll enable him to get a...
Mental warfare.
Maybe it'll enable him to get an Odin online for this round, potentially. With the eco, he is going to go for the Odin. He's going for the regen shield, even though he could afford the full shield. Although with the Vandals online, it probably won't make that big of a difference.
But if I'm ETSU right now, I honestly want to give the op to my Yoru, because he can take a fight, get out, and go on the other side of the map.
Enable visibility. Yeah, enable his ability to teleport to the other side of the map.
Because here again, we have the chamber. We have 3 on B, and UTK does not care.
You have to think that, I mean, UTK is probably basing this off the knowledge that they have the operator
Yeah.
online. They're saying...
Why would we go B?
Yeah, unless the operator shows us presence somewhere else, we're just going to avoid the B site entirely.
And Luke the Legend's hearing all this audio, right? He's already called that one rotated.
And Newstone is just kind of running around on the B site. Now jump spotting, it appears. We've inserted the KJ, it looks like, into A main. As everyone else will take the walk up to...
Teho drone going out. We're going to see the jet. It will... We'll see the Astra.
I think the smoke blocked it from seeing the Astra. But see an attack, the KJ ult coming on frantically now for that. Oh, but they're not clearing that angle. Not expecting someone to be right outside the smoke. Although the Yoru is on the site. Oh, and that was a beautiful
shots by
swing.
Choose.
Yeah. That's an insane swing right here, and the Astra is pinched in, forced to take a fight, and she's
Choose
on
with
for the
3.
ace potentially. With 3 in the
And
round.
here we are. Again, your most expensive purchases have yet to fight anything this round.
The Teho ult comes in, just trying to clear out the... I mean, I understand where that ult comes from.
Because they don't know his chamber is. They do know he has the operator.
Now Chamber... I mean, think of it, this is, what, the third or fourth round in a row where the Chamber basically does nothing in the round and is forced to save an off at the end.
Exactly.
Oh, he
And
throws
I
it
like-
out. He's going to try and get a round win here. Try and 1v3. I mean, with the name Ace, you think he's good for it.
I don't like that call. You have KJ, Astra, and Teho, the pinnacle of stall util on a post plant. I hate that call. I'm not a fan of that Brispy at all.
I mean, maybe
You
just
have
trying
Astra
to...
pools, KJ mollies, Teho missiles. There's no way we
The
win
UTK
this.
comp, I think, honestly, like, with what you're saying about the way that their comp is built, I mean, maybe ETSU should be playing more
Aggressive.
for spike denial.
Yes, you should
don't
not
them
let UTK plant this bomb.
Because in a situation like that, like, it could be 3v5 with Teho, Astra, and KJ being the
And
3,
good
and
luck.
there's still
Unless
a chance
you kill
that they're
them,
going to win.
they're going to
Yeah.
just stall you out. Astra pool, Astra wall, KJ molly, 2 mollies,
Yeah.
and a vulnerability
Teho
and a
missiles,
missiles, and an ultimate. Like, it's so much.
They're going to have to start getting aggro here. I don't think you can play retake, although it looks like they're putting that A side completely for retake. Although
And we're seeing
Newstone is running around.
Running around. That is Newstone's area. Is the back of their spawn.
Defender's spawn is where he lives
That's
and where he
thrives.
Wait, he's got an arrow online. We haven't seen many of those, so...
As Newstone and Haxa going to be taking a fight. Newstone just has a recon bowl out.
Yeah, looking like maybe waiting for his timing here. Flash comes online. They pop it off the wall with the recent KO change where it's popping faster off the wall, too. There you go. What can they find? What can they find?
Locating target.
Teo drone's going to spot the Vise.
KO drone is going to spot someone.
We're going to see Haxa.
The
knows
drone
service
comes online.
there. He's out of there. Very smart, methodical play out of Haxa. Not to overextend and get caught.
No, this is a round where time could start to play a factor. They haven't taken a ton of space. They don't really know which parts of the map are being given to them by ETSU.
They do have the KO.
They do have the KO ult.
Seeing another KO flash. They're going to be fighting for this B-Link area.
30 seconds left.
They do.
What does this chamber see? Does he get the
Oh.
kill? Dreadmarker with an absolutely huge kill. And
Yeah.
they know the B site is wide open. It's theirs to take. And here again, Brispy, we have UTK going to get the bomb down safely. Or
Oh,
do they? Newstone popping ult.
Planted.
What does he
Oh.
find?
And that third shot's not going to find anything. A tough ult for him. I mean, it seemed like maybe he didn't hear exactly where the spike was and thought it was planted on the default area.
Juice with the good trades.
Wait, he's got the Ares online. And that's the only thing that can stop Juice. But he can't find anything there. 6-1 start. And I mean, attacking is dominating this map so far from what we've
If
seen.
you're ETSU, I think we have the economy. I think we're starting to call. I would love to see a timeout, and there it is.
I mean, you can't let this get out of hand. We just witnessed the strength of a huge attacking half to start a game. As we saw UTK win 10 straight rounds and still lose the map because of the defending side and how tough it was.
Agreed, but the difference in this composition is Vise is a different type of Sentinel. KJ gives you passive intelligence. Vise does not, besides the blind. So even when UTK goes into this defensive half, right, they're going to be just fine. They have the KJ this time, right? That's the difference between the previous game we just watched and now. if you're ETSU, I would really like to see an aggressive angle. You have a Yori ult, you have a Visol, you're playing these people to get aggressive and take active space. The only person who should be playing passive is your chamber.
Yeah.
There is no reason to not get intelligence and take a fight. I would love to see them fight for our control, contest the mid space, or just stack a site and just say, you know what, guys, we're going to play it all together, but not have new stones just running around in the back of spawn waiting to do something.
It honestly seems to me ETSU is just playing super passively.
And UTK has all the map in the world to do whatever they want.
And when you have the comp that UTK is running, you can't afford to play passively on your defensive side, or they will just dominate you in the post
I
plant.
couldn't agree more. You're playing a double Sentinel comp on defense. You have to win these next 5 rounds.
And with double Sentinel, yeah, you will hope to win the half. At this point, you'd have to win 5 straight rounds. And the Yoru's not going to be able to TP out. They know he's stuck, but they shoot the clone, but he's brought down. This is the kind of beautiful push. And a fast round called out of the timeout. I love that from UTK. Switching up the pace, but they don't check
Finally,
for the chamber.
comes alive.
Spike down.
What more can he find? He finds
Finds a third.
3.
Finds a third. And Arbatic finds 1, and now it's all left to Luke the Legend here.
And finally, we see ETSU make a decisive play call. Let's get active. And they shut down a huge ult and the KO ult. It's a beautiful round by ETSU. They have to know that Luke the Legend is the
And that's the kind of heroics from the chamber here that you've been kind of hoping for. That's the kind of playmaking that's capable of him, but the jump spot.
What a beautiful shot by
Yeah.
Luke the Legend. ETSU, you have to play the buddy system. You cannot let Luke the
Are
Legend
we
get
thinking
another
about
isolated
Are we
fight.
thinking about an Astra ult plant?
I don't hate it, and I think we're about to see something. Goes 2 smokes down. Silverdrone has yet to spot anything.
Silverdrone doesn't see him.
Here comes the Odin spray.
Swings into 2.
And Brispy, you know what the variable was different? It wasn't the aggression, it was the fact that your chamber has now shot a living soul.
Yeah.
He has 3 kills and all of them were that round.
I didn't even realize he was working on 0 and 5.
He has not shot a single human being until that round.
That was-
He's gotten shot in his butt all the other rounds.
I mean, that's what we were talking about the op, him just not being able to take any fights. That round with a Vandal, he stays aggressive, anchors down the site, even without the ability to teleport due to the KO ult,
Agreed.
and he was still able to find 3 there. I mean, honestly, the way he played that round, I think he looks better with the Vandal than he did with the
Agreed.
ult.
But now, okay, we're seeing again an aggressive
Yeah, the
op
ult
angle. I
coming
like
online.
this. And he is going to be greeted by the side of UTK. How many does
How
he
do
get
they
is
choose
the
to
question.
take out?
There's
Oh,
one.
I don't love that from Haxa, just taking a dry swing onto the angle.
Agreed.
Especially, you hear that the chamber ult is online, you have to know. And now it looks like he might be trying to take another angle. Oh, wow,
what a
he
beautiful shot by
might have
Ace.
come online here.
He sees another one. He's making the call to his team. They're going to start rotating. He saw the KJ go through. It's a question of how much can Chiefs get
Oh,
done.
they do find
trade.
him. Luke the Legend
with
finds 2. Making it a 2v3, picks up the spike. Yeah, I think the Astro Wall is a good play here. But they do
we
Yoru
see
ult
the
in
Yoru
return.
ult. And he's going to spot both of them.
Yeah, Yoru ult just chilling. I think we might see a flash through the wall, might be the play here. Oh, Choose with a
Huge round by
kill.
Choose.
Oh.
Last player standing.
New Stone finds 1, and Choose can't find the right clicks here. The right click give, and it taketh away.
It does. And again, you're playing Ace comes alive in this round with 2 impactful kills. And I can't even say that he came alive. He just hasn't been able to play the game.
Yeah.
You're clearly wanting this guy to be your star, right? You don't play Chamber unless he is a very good mechanically strong player. So get him more involved. And I like that they're making this call.
Also, a fun fact here, 3-6. This is already the best defensive half we've seen.
That is true.
We'll see if they can convert any more, though. You'd love an even half if you're ETSU. UTK trying to get some momentum back, though.
That's a huge suppression. They know that there's a Chamber op here. They have to.
Oh, what a
Okay.
shot from Haxa, taking out Zenith with 1 knife.
He's going to get active. They
Arbatic
know the
finds
Chamber's
Juice,
here.
though.
He's suppressed. He
The-
can't TP.
The mid lurk is taken down. That's huge for ETSU. You don't have to worry as much. But UTK is inserting another player into mid, trying to pick up where the lurk left off. Oh, what a shot. I mean, he's starting to feel it now. You can tell the confidence going up.
It's a big fight. This fight will decide the round. It just comes to the question: is does the Astra give it to Luke?
Doesn't look like it. Although, maybe some doubt. Although it looks like UTK is getting onto that site here. Tejo potentially coming online. Oh, he looks down to get the util, but Dreadmarker
And a
finds
huge fight by Luke.
Dreadmarker finds 2 there, and all of a sudden it's a 3v1 for ETSU. Can Jurassic find something? The only advantage he has is they're not really looking at his angle. He should be able to find one on the KO. Yep. But he doesn't expect Luke the Legend here. Yeah. But he misses the timing. Misses the timing on him.
But the thing is,
If
we've
he
always
walks
said
up,
it. He has Tejo.
Does he think right? He does think right, but
Dreadmarker
not
with
enough.
a
It was
huge
only a
three.
half clear. And that's able to make it 7-3. They've guaranteed to win the half now.
Correct.
And they've stopped the momentum. 2 big things for UTK here with 2 ults online now. And for that round, you have to point to Dreadmarker in a 3v3, finding 2 onto the site. Huge for them.
And it gives him his ult. Now you're
and his
going
ult's
into
on.
this half with your second KJ ult, and I believe your second Tejo as well. So, again, if you're ETSU, you're showing signs of life, but you have to step up. It can't just be Ace with Heroics and Rabatic, right? You would like to see this Yoru get more out of what he is doing. And we're going to see this Vise pressured very, very early. Again with the Bucky, we'll see how much we can
See
get.
if the Bucky can find
You
value.
have to go 1 for 1
Walks
here.
into the smoke. This is what they did last time. They're going to walk out of it, though, and just... I don't love that. You can't lose your util like that if you're the Sentinel. And Juice
can't.
finds the chamber. I mean, that looked like just a dry peek onto B main. Juice just egos him and wins. And then spray
The
through for
utility
Haxa.
follows Haxa.
And it's a 5v2 early here for UTK. And this is looking like what we saw at the beginning of this game.
But Newstone, the Ares Demon, let's see what he can pull
Can he
off.
find anything here? It looks like he might be saving an Ares, which I don't love. There's definitely better ways to play your eco than saving the Ares.
Last player
Unless
standing.
Haxa takes down Arbatic. What does Newstone do here? This is maybe the first time he's decided to sit somewhere the entire map.
But while we come to a lull here, I do want to say you were very critical of Haxa the previous round. A good pickup kill by Newstone. I don't think it's going to change the outcome of the round. Very good. But Haxa, you saw that he took a fight with the Astral, took a fight with the tail or utility, and it was just a bunch of cleaner round. It wasn't a dry peak.
Man, I'm loving what I'm seeing here.
The only person dry peaking on their team should be Juice, which is a KJ, who's going to be the lurk. And we've seen Luke the Legend do it a few times, but again, Astra can't do anything to set herself up.
I mean, it's looking great from the side of UTK here. Trying to put together the 9-3 half, but I mean, the Tale of Pearl so far across the 2 maps we've seen has been the defending side. We'll see if they can find one online. That is definitely what we're more looking forward to, but we have to close out this attacking half on the high.
Wise Utility knows it did hit a Copium Addict.
4 people towards A early, but actually they're kind of ETSU looking like they're unsure what to do
I think
early in this
UTK
round.
is playing time. They have 2 powerful ults, a KJ ult and a tail ult. They would love to save the tail ult for post plan. Use KJ ult. I think we're about to see it now. He's going to go to the top right, put the ult down, and they're just going to wait and take sight with B.
You should run.
You already see Luke the Legend about to
what?
probably start stars here. And there it goes.
Now, are they going to clear out the Chambers angle here?
If you're Ace, you have to get one.
Oh, they
And
know
there's
about
the
the angle, though, but he
utility.
gets the TP out. And
But
gonna-
he got detained.
2 players detained, a second person detained.
It's Yoru.
Zenith detained, but they're not going to try. UTK is not going to try and capitalize off of it. Just going to get that spike down.
But you're
now-
totally fine. You have a KO and a tail in your back pocket.
Juice finds
It's going to
one
come
with
down
the
to Luke
op.
the Legend. What can he find? He finds
Finds
one. How many does the tail get?
Looks like nothing coming through. They're able to avoid the tail util.
I don't like that tail.
Oh,
you could have used it for the
Newstone
post
finds
plant.
it.
What can Choose find with this operator? You have to find some trend marker.
Oh, huge.
One enemy remains.
This
they
operator
know where
has
it
been
is.
huge, and a 9-3 half converted. Looked shaky for a couple rounds there in the middle, but I mean, turning a 9-3 half, you're never going to complain about that.
Agreed, totally agree. I think the tail, I wouldn't have done that, but I'm not these guys. They're better than me, so what do I know?
Exactly. That's what we have to think as I'm sitting in, I think, gold right now. So,
Hey, I've hit Ascended. I can contend with some of these guys. But I haven't played Valorant in quite some time, so I'll just stick with casting.
that's why we're here and they're there. So, see what they like to pull out here.
But
I mean-
you mentioned this earlier. Pearl seems to be a side of offense. So, I mean, again, if I'm 9-3 on UTK side, I'm not worried. But I'll be honest with you. If I'm on ETSU side with the composition we have drafted, this composition screams we have to lurk.
Yeah.
You have to take playtime.
We'll see what they can find here.
And a huge blade that already lets them know that there's 2 going to A.
I think the way we've seen this map go, I think the pistol round is huge for you if you're the defense here.
Agreed.
And they're able to already find the
Dread
opener
Marker
on the
already got rid
Jurassic.
of one of the Sentinels.
And the spike down in this A sort of area here.
And look at the space Haxa has. Does Newstone read this? He's starting to get suspicious. There's a huge fight coming up.
Oh, he does find a
And
headshot,
classic
but Haxa
versus
finds
Sheriff.
the other.
That is devastating for Newstone.
Choose now.
And she's just going to make the
Sees
call
them
that
towards
the
the A
rest-
site. And they're forced to push onto this A site. Oh, walking in while reloading. I don't
Beautiful
love
Molly.
that. And then, wow, shut down beautifully from the defense here. It's going to require a heroic round, and he's not going to find it. 3-10 now. 10-3 lead for UTK. That's what you want to see if you're them. And it kind of dashes. Like, you feel a lot better now with the knowledge that you should take this round as well, unless they're maybe forcing into it. But it doesn't look like it
Doesn't
from the
look like it.
attacker
I
side.
don't think you force the 310. If it's 311, I think you do, but I think ETSU. And I want to say, I love that Molly placement. It was devastating. When the offensive team would try to walk in, they couldn't.
It was, I mean, it was like UTK just knew exactly what to do that round. The read was perfect.
I mean, it's kind of, again, it's an easy read. This team has to get picks. They don't have a team composition to just flood a site.
Looks like they're
But look at UTK. They're not giving them anything. They're playing the buddy
Plays these
system.
angles.
The only island person is behind a wall on the Haxa.
Looks like he's playing for that B main angle. The attacker's not leading there, though. Looking like it's going to be a mid moment here. They're just looking at each other.
They're like, what do you do if you're ETSU? You have no utility. You have the Sova drone, and that's about it.
Oh, on my mark, called for the Sova here.
And there's the buddy system that we're speaking about, Crispy.
The knife's going to be huge.
Nice, it's
It's
3
three.
knives.
And, I mean, you're just stopped back. This round wasn't likely to be converted anyways, but they've been able to find nothing. Although
Jurassic
Jurassic finds
killed
one, but
Kobe-matic.
Kobe-matic finds 2 in return. That's not the kind of trades you can make on this
And
attacking
Hax
half.
is right behind him. He already pinged Newstone.
Last player standing.
And you have to
Arbatic
think
falls
this round
and
is
Haxa
over. And
finds
there it is.
Newstone. Newstone practicing his parkour at the end of that round as it goes to 3-11. And hey, we saw 12-1 last game.
But we saw 12-1 with a
Yeah.
double Sentinel composition.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you see a 12-1 every game and where the comeback happens.
I'm not
Yeah.
a fan, and I'm not trying to berate ETSU. You had to win more on defense, and
The
you actually had to
compass-
win defense, and it didn't happen.
The comp is clearly sided towards the defense here. They weren't able to string it together, though. We saw flashes, of course, but not enough to convert a majority of their rounds.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, it's going to come down to what can Zenith do on the
Walking
short.
up here for
and Choose
Choose.
is taking the
Oh,
fight,
and
and
he's
Ace
taken
huge
down.
kill.
I mean, I guess he didn't set up anything. It was just pure walk up from Choose. They are going to quickly rotate here. Pneumatic, making it onto the site. Maybe you're going to try something through the smoke here. I would assume not, though. Maybe try and see if his molly can...
The Molly
it
lands,
does
and it stops
land.
the plan. Ace with 3.
Oh, but Ace finding 3. This is this is the elements of what you need for a comeback
With 4.
with a huge shooting from him. And you have to think that we're just going to see the save come online here for Haxa. Just going to stay back with the operator especially. And this is this could turn into a similar problem, although you do like the jet opping, obviously.
Of course.
But it's just, we could see it turn into a similar theme here. But also, it's the first round of it. Obviously too early to make any judgment. He should find this one, though, and he is able to. That should, let ATSU know that he's going to be saving.
And now they know that their UTK will have an op going into the next round. Obviously, if you're UTK, I don't think you're mad about this. It's a great round from ETSU, but it's off the back of heroics. That is what we said this composition has to do.
Yeah.
You have to get kills and you have to shoot heads.
Ace has to look like the best player in the lobby on that chamber, and there's been rounds where maybe it's looked possible, but it hasn't been consistent enough across this game for them to convert these into a win.
And you have to get him in optimal positions, right? If Chambers just dry peeking stuff, then that's not what he wants to do. It is very obvious that this ace would love to take a one-on-one head because it seems like he can convert them. But again, you go into KJ, you go into this KO, you go into Teo. I mean, that just sounds like an absolute nightmare if you're the chamber.
See what they can do here.
Luke the Legend's going to take the first round of contact here. Red marker clearing out mid.
Looking like Astra. Not
Huge kill. This is what we said. Now that's step number 1. You still have 2 on the site.
They will have to continue to shut down the site. A great piece of util there from Tejo. It looks like he might try and take a timing here off the swing. What a flash pop, but they're not able to find enough off of it. Ace finds 2. Although a 2v3 on the site here. But you need these op shots to be converted. These op shots are getting converted from Haxa, but this timing, oh, he can't find it. Full blinded by his own teammate, but Jurassic's able to convert it. Sloppy there, but all that matters is converting the round if you're ETSU.
Agreed.
And like we said last game, start chugging along. 1 round at a time is what it's going to take here. And nothing to worry about yet if you're UTK, I think. I mean, we're still very early in this half. These rounds are close. Though you're like, if a couple fights go differently, then this game might already be over. So that's kind of what you have to, the mindset you have to live in.
I totally agree, and I think we saw a huge opening pick by Zenith, who is the person we highlighted that we want to see get more active, and Ace with a huge 2 kills. It makes that round a winnable round for the side of ETSU.
Early
We're seeing an aggressive look from Choose and Haxa.
Oh, but Ace is already, Ace finds 2 again. Ace is just able to win these opening duels now.
And it's just a free B site. Dreadmarker with an absolutely massive kill.
Maybe a gun drop also?
Yeah, I believe so. That looks like a stinger, not the... Oh, it's a Vandal. Perfect.
And they should be aware that he's going to be on the flank, but it looks like they're going to start getting eyes over there. Needing a way back into the round is UTK. It could come from a huge kill via the flank. Oh, that's a big kill. But they're not prepared, but Copiumatic finds the trade. And it's Dreadmarker from behind, can't find it, but he can't get the turnaround. What a round from UTK, fighting back into it. A 3v4 with worse guns. It was a 3v5, actually, because Dreadmarker was able to find the one in spawn that it kind of ignited all of this. And I mean, that's one that you look back on if you're ETSU. We should have converted that round. 11-6 is a lot better than 12-5. So.
And we hear the roars coming from the side of UTK. We just heard one of the players just yell, "You choked a 5v3," and some explosions followed afterwards.
Here. Maybe we'll see some players start standing up, waving goodbye. The theatrics here. Let's see what they got. Ace is, I mean, credit to him. He's fought back into a positive KD. It just hasn't been enough for them. He's looked a lot better without an op in his hands, at least in my opinion. The fights he's taking with this Vandal.
Agreed. I totally agree. We're going to see a fight here between Luke. This fight could win the round for ETSU.
I think if you're Luke, I don't think you should take this fight.
No, you're your smokes player. But we're seeing Luke. He's just playing a cat and mouse game.
Oh, Jurassic finds one, but Hax is able to trade him off. Walks into the smoke here. This could be is he going to try and find a timing? No,
it's just Luke on the site.
Yeah.
UTK have no idea. They're super slow. I mean, Hax is coming on the bench, but Luke has to go huge, and there's the Yoru. They now know.
And Newstone, I mean, as soon as the Yoru spotted him, he started firing.
Agreed.
He knew immediately.
ETSU now know they have full side control of the B site.
The plant here, but they're going to get it now. Oh, that's the fight. I mean, it keeps being these fights that allow UTK back into the round. And the spike hasn't gone down yet. They faked it every time. So now all of a sudden, if you're ETSU, you're trying to find a way back in to be able to plant the spike. Maybe just an Astro Wall, I would think, when the KO ult runs out. Zenith finds a huge kill, but he's traded out. And I think you have to Astro ult. And the spike should have already been down 30 seconds ago at this point. The fact that it hasn't been planted, and he's going to get the timing. And once again, another round, unless Newstone can convert it. Wow, taking the swing is Choose. Oh, gave him a chance, but a 13-5 for UTK Orange. That's what we like to see. Dominance from their side here.
Excellent. And again, I think if you're ETSU, I think there were some very strong highlights. I really would like to see you go back to the drawing board in the composition that you play on Pearl. I think double Sentinel, if you're not winning 9-3 or 8-4 on defense, and you're going into, it's just going to be a tough one to win. It actually comes down to the heroics of Ace that they clutched every single round.
I mean, this is a huge win for them. A big win for UTK Orange. I think brings them to 1-1 in their pools, if I'm not mistaken. So, a path into that bracket is all that you can really ask for.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break to give us ourselves a bathroom break as well as a water break. So we'll be back with you here momentarily.
Just 1 second for whatever the next game is.
Okay,
You need to.
Scooch, am I live?
Yeah, you're live.
Okay, I am hosted. You guys have not seen me before on the UTK Volan stream here. I am here with UTK Chus. He was on the UTK Orange's main team. How do you think that game went for you?
It was pretty easy. They ran double sending. They got 3 rounds on defense, so kind of knew we were gonna win.
Yeah. I would imagine. What was your guys' play call when you're going against a double sentinel team on Pearl?
I'm not gonna lie, I low-key was not paying attention to their comp until like maybe like the 10th round, because I honestly just like kind of like zoned out because we were just winning. So I like looked up and I was like, oh wait, they have Chamber and Vise. So I was like, oh wait, he could like start offing. But I don't know, I didn't really notice until like 10th round.
Okay. Did you know that the Chamber had an op for almost 3 rounds and didn't shoot it once?
Yeah, I know. I don't know why he didn't move. I didn't see him for like 3 rounds, and I was like, because I knew he had an op. Like, there's no reason he to be saving. I was like, when is he gonna show up? And he never did.
Yeah. I mean, you guys played an excellent game.
We have a request for a fit check.
Yeah, we need a fit check.
Fit check?
I got nothing on. I just
got nothing.
I have a t-shirt, sweats, and some 9060s.
There we go.
I can't fit up for the game day. I gotta be comfortable. Should have saw me yesterday. It's all good.
Oh God! Oh God! Everything's gone wrong.
That's my
It's
fault.
fine.
I dropped
We'll be right back. We have to fix the stream. Thank you so much. We'll be back with another game here. I think within an hour or so. We're taking a quick lunch break for the whole tournament.
And we might get Grimace.
Yes. Stay tuned.
Maybe.
Thank you. Cheers.